it to 8 so I could get home.
I got you. Nah, he was more for him than. But
No,
anyway,
he wasn't. It was for me. It was for me. He just wouldn't tell you that because I
got
told
you.
him to tell you it was for him and maybe you would do it.
Got you. Hey, what's up, everybody? You are tuned into another episode of Access Granted the Posture, and your boy, Mr. Ant Small, is in the building. My lovely and talented co-host, Lisa Monet, is in the building. And I already see what the t-shirt check is for this week. I already see.
You already see it?
I already see. What we got going on over there?
Oh, mine first?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so mine is a throwback to
characters.
Straight out of content, but this is the Cookie Monster. He's straight out of cookies. So
hilarious.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I got this from maybe Target or something, but I loved it. I was like, I gotta get it. So when that movie came out, that's when they had these shirts. So I was like, yeah, I like it.
Oh, when Straight Outta Compton came out?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Then they had this play with him on here talking about straight out of cookies.
Straight out of cookies. I love it. I love it. And he's my favorite of the characters.
Well, I kind of like Oscar, but that's the different story because I'm silly.
Mine is pretty simple. Yo MTV Raps, one of the greatest shows ever in the history of music television, MTV, and all of that good stuff. Okay. Kept it simple today. How's everything going? Everything good with you? Real quick.
Everything's great. Manic Monday. We back to it. It's the weekend of the first holiday towards the end of the year. So yeah, hustling, bustling. Shopping is at an all-time high. So yeah, everything's good.
I'm so glad my kids are grown and I don't have to Christmas shop anymore. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. You got grandkids? Oh, you have nephews.
Yeah, I have nieces and nephews actually.
Okay.
Quite a few of them, but that's just hey, run to the store, grab her. That's not a real, full-fledged Christmas shopping situation.
Not true.
And I have somebody that takes care of all of that. I just give them money. So
shout out to the wife.
Yeah, shout out to the wife. And speaking of shout outs, I got to give a real big shout out to my sister Pamela Leak, aka Miss Maybell, for inviting me to be on her show today. Even though, as I said, the show was only 30 minutes, we had an absolute ball. And I got to finally meet Larry Young, who's one of my favorite talk radio hosts here in Baltimore. His show was on right before hers, and then he also co-hosts with her on her show. So the chance to sit down and chop it up with him for a few minutes was great. But we had a ball, man. And if you missed it, you can go on I was on my Facebook Live page from the show. And we really had a good time. Chop it up with a couple of people over at Radio One, and had a good old time. But anyway, because this young lady is sitting in her car, we don't want to keep her here all night long.
Oh, listen, I love the city of Baltimore, so I can stay out all night long.
Well, I ain't gonna say I can stay out long, but I definitely love the city, and I'm one of those people that I feel like you are. I feel like I'm comfortable pretty much anywhere and everywhere that I go in the city. Yeah. I mean, we know the times that we live in, and anything can happen at any time. As you see, she making sure she's looking around, make sure that person just walked around, got away.
Yeah. I was like, wait, where did he come from? Okay.
But we have entertainment executive Dr. CaSay.
Woo!
How are you?
I am blessed. I tell people that I used to take life for granted, right? And then after the death of my dad, I realized that, You can't take any moment for granted. You can't take any situation for granted. So when people ask me how I am now, I always say I'm blessed because I'm on this side.
Amen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yep.
public condolences. I've given my
Yes.
condolences when your dad
Thank
passed a while ago, but definitely.
Definitely
Um
condolences to
Thank
you.
you.
I'm gonna put her on blast and say that she's the biggest cheater in Uno
Ah!
history.
So I do not cheat in Uno. I
I
play
cannot bring
according
you
to the
on my
rules.
show. And
I play according to the rules because Lisa, reading
Yes.
is fundamental. And
Yes, it is.
unfortunately, I don't know if Antoine can read the rules of the game. And
Yeah,
so
he
you
tends
know
to
what
make up
happens.
things.
Yeah, and you know what happens when
Mhm.
you constantly get beat. People become haters. And so
Hmm.
unfortunately for Mr. Access Granted himself,
Oh.
you know, I have granted him access to an ass whooping in Uno on numerous occasions.
I want to fight you
Brother
right now.
Grant,
So
Brother
I'm
Grant,
going to give my side of the story, and then we're going to get into this. So I feel like that I read the rules,
Uh-huh.
but the rules vary as the game goes along.
that is not true.
That's not
That
how
is
rules
not true.
work.
That's
Lisa,
not how it's
listen,
supposed to work.
Lisa, I'm gonna invite you to the
Okay.
next tournament so that
Okay.
you can watch
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Access Granted get
Okay.
his hands and butt granted a whooping from me. As you see that the rules never change,
They never change.
and it's so much hate.
Hey, yo,
Like you really should do better.
she flipped over one card and made me draw like 87 cards. Like,
I
what
certainly,
is it?
I did. Because in the new, depending on what deck you're playing with, because you know Uno has several decks. There's a
True.
blank card that you can make anything.
Oh.
And prior to me flipping that card over, he was
Uh-huh.
running his trap.
Yeah,
So I
Oh.
always
decided
do.
to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
And I still probably was running my trap after that because I'm the type of person that I have fun
He
and I'm gonna run
was.
my trap, win or lose. But
He was.
I always have fun coming and hanging out with you guys on Thursdays and
Thank you.
Mm-mm-mm. Ain't
never
that
mind.
something?
I
He
The
know.
wanted an
rules
access granted,
change.
so I granted it.
Talking about the rules change. Ain't no rules changing.
Yeah,
No.
Reading is fundamental.
you'll have to see it in action to understand, Lisa. I'm not gonna,
Okay.
you'll have to see it and understand. But the funny part about this is
Uh-huh.
she is actually the better half of a very, 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 very good friend of mine, DJ Claxton. And just sitting down at one of the times when she was cheating on me and having a general conversation, I learned a lot about that I did not know. And I was like, so I need you to come up here. Everybody that knows me knows that The Wire is one of my favorite shows.
Thank
I
you.
was about 2 months ago, years old, when I learned that
Oh,
you're
okay.
actually, oh yeah, I had to word that right because I wasn't
I
2
know.
months.
It's like, wait, what?
2 months
I know when it came
ago, years old, when I found out that you were a writer for The Wire for season
No,
3.
no. Let's clear that up. I was the writer
The,
for season 3, 4, and 5.
the
Oh,
writer.
Not a writer, the
D.
writer.
D.
I
Okay.
stand corrected. Shout out to my guy, Rue Bryce. I stand corrected. So with that being said,
Mm-hmm.
season 3 being probably my favorite season of them all. So kudos
Thank
to
you.
you for the writing.
Thank you.
Other than my boy Stringer Bell getting taken out, you know.
Sorry.
If you wrote that part in, then
Sorry.
Sorry, Leona. Sorry.
but
Not sorry.
just I hated that part. But just give us an overview of how this came about, how you were able to.
So, just to give you a brief of my background on my history, I've been in television, radio, and print actually for 30 plus years. And at the particular time, I was working at Channel 11, WBAL, as a news producer. And I was blessed to have an opportunity to work on some other sets like Head of State with Chris Rock, House of Cards, homicide, the coroner, things of that nature. So what actually happened was my very close friend was the real life Omar. And his name is Donnie Andrews, God rest his soul. And his wife was Fran from the corner, right? Fran Andrews. And so what happened was one day I was having a conversation with Donnie. He said, come on, let's go to lunch. Went to lunch, met Michael Williams,
Rest in
Michael
peace.
K., who ended up being a very great friend of mine.
Rest in
And
peace.
yes, rest in peace, of course. And Michael says, you right, you look like us and you from this city and you not working on the show. And I was like, well, I never thought about it like that. And he was like, oh, come here. And then he introduced me to several people. I got a call one night. It was literally 11:30, and the call was, you have 2 hours to write a scene about A, B, C, and D. Send it back over to me and I'll call you in the morning. I did it, not thinking about anything, using my warped imagination, and got the call, and the rest is history.
Wow.
The rest is history.
How much of a challenge was that for you?
It wasn't a challenge at all. Born and raised in Baltimore, Northwest Baltimore, Park Heights. Grew up Baltimore City Public Schools. Graduated from Weston Senior High School.
Oh, me too. Okay.
Okay, Deb. Okay, Deb. And with that said, it wasn't a challenge. This is my hometown. My dad was a very prominent pastor in the Sandtown Winchester community in Baltimore. So everything that I wrote, not where I necessarily laid my head at night, but where I went to church and interacted, for the most part, I grew up around, right? And my dad was born and raised in Baltimore, and he grew up in Sandtown, and I knew the stories,
Yeah.
So all I did was make the stories reality and give everybody 45 minutes worth of entertainment to understand what really happens in the city.
Was it your choice to focus on like the public school system in season 3 to really make that like the focal point?
So it was not that. Remember, I wrote season 3, 4, and 5. So when I came on, that was already the narrative that was gonna happen. I just had to make it happen. For me, if you wanted to know something that from conception, to birth, it would be the kids. Everything from the soundtrack of the kids. Actually, a very close girlfriend of mine who graduated from Weston as well, Lisa. Her son and my nephew actually sung the soundtrack, and everything from each one of the kids.
Wow.
I was very instrumental in picking the kids. Me and Jermaine Crawford still really great friends. He played the character Doogie. Razor Girl, Charmaine Nikki Rose, we're very great friends.
Future guests of Access Granted, by the way. Future guests of Access Granted.
my nephew, who everybody knows from that season, they called him Donut, but his real name is Nathan Corbett. That's my nephew. He's the one that stole the car. And Mac Wow, who's a singer. Tristan. Tristan is his real name, but his his stage name is Mac Wow. So with that said, I was able to bring kids in and really give them the true experience. I'm still very close with everybody. Trey Chaney, who played Poot. I'm still close with Idris. I'm still close with Woody. Andre, who what was Andre's character? He was Sonya's informant.
Old face
Andre. Yes, Andre. He was Sonya's Sonya, the male cop, the female cop. He was her informant, but who I'm talking about.
Bubbles.
Yeah,
Bubbles.
still great. Bubbles. Still great friends with all of them, and have done projects since, Wendell, very good friends with, so with that said, The Wire, what most saw as us talking bad about Baltimore, which it really wasn't, it was the reality. We actually became a family, you know. We actually became a family and a network that we could always pull on.
Mm, mm. And I'm gonna just say this. I felt like for the most part that season 2 kind of fell off, and that's
The
just
doc,
me. That's just
the
my
doc.
personal opinion. Yeah, the docs.
Hmm.
There was some parts of it that I liked, but I felt like season 1 was so good, and then it kind of took a that one. And see, well, but let me
So,
finish this. I'm about to give you a prop. So season 3 to
mhm,
me was the turnaround for The Wire, and for the rest of the remaining seasons, I thought it was
thank
just
you.
here. Yeah, absolutely. And
Thank
I'm not
you.
just saying it because I like you.
So let me just say this. I can understand exactly why you felt that way. But let me just give you another perspective. Season two was really Season two was really created to show Baltimore full circle,
Hmm.
to show that it's not just in the neighborhoods you think,
Right.
and that
Right.
those neighborhoods don't just have black and brown people in it. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand where it may have seemed slow, but it seems slow because you don't know what you don't know and you can't relate to where you're not from, right?
That's true.
You can relate to 3, 4, and 5 because I made it relatable because of where we came from. I
Oh no! Come
No.
on! Come
Oh,
on!
where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Come on!
Mm,
Oh no!
Can you hear?
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
There she is.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, can
Yeah.
you hear me? Oh, I
Yeah.
was
We
like,
can
did
hear
I
you
go
now.
out? I just was
Yeah.
talking. I was like, wait.
Yeah. We
Um,
lost you for like 8 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry. I apologize because I was on a roll too. Season two, you felt like that because you weren't able to really understand it because you probably didn't even know that those things existed, you know. But remove yourself from being from Baltimore. That season two was strategically written so that the whole world would know that it's not just black and brown.
Yeah.
Everybody
Mhm.
does it.
I get that, and I understood because I know that down in the South Baltimore area, that there's a lot of people that don't look like me that's in the game and doing all that kind of stuff. It was just parts of it that I didn't prefer, but like I said, for me, season 3 is kind of like that roller coaster. Season 1 and then season 2, and then season 3 just hit that
Did that.
pinnacle and just
Thank
took it all
you.
away. And you were behind it. Who knew? Like,
Wow. Such a talent.
the
This thing.
cheater and Uno
Oh, we're
turned
not
that
gonna let that
series
go, huh?
around for me.
Because he's a hater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hate doesn't look good on you. You should try a different color.
Everything looks good on me, Cassandra. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I didn't know he's gonna have this kind of show. I ain't get no popcorn or nothing.
And the funny part is, this is how we are every time we see each other.
That's
So
the truth. That's how we are every time we see
it
each
is.
other. And it's funny. I will say this. When he actually found out, he was like, "Wait, what? You do what?"
Yeah.
I just thought, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Yeah."
So this is what I found out the night after our sip and paint experience, because I took the guys from Dallas to the Annex Lounge where she and Jay Claxton do a Thursday night get together. So that was our after party, and she wasn't even talking to me. I was ear hustling.
Mhm.
She was talking to the people from Dallas, but she was sitting right next to me, and I turned around. I was like, "You did, yeah, yeah, just holding out
No,
on me."
no, 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 no. I wasn't talking to them. What happened was, actually that night, that's when Charmaine came in and someone asked why she was there. And she said, I came to see Cassandra. She wrote The Wire. And the people from Dallas heard her.
Okay, okay,
And that's how. And then I was like, oh, I got to talk about it. Because I
yeah,
normally don't talk about it.
right, right,
I
and
just
that's
like to
what.
Mhm.
be Cassandra.
And that's one of the things that I love about you, because like, if we don't know, we would never know. You kind of like, I'm not even gonna get into the pictures that I saw when you started scrolling through your phone. Like, you, Nick Cannon, you know, she got some heavy hitters in the Rolodex on speed dial. I promise you. But I love the fact that you don't, unless you're on a platform like this, you don't even really, choose to talk about it. And, that modesty goes a long way for me. But, just in looking over your background, like you've done a lot of amazing work. You're behind the scenes, and, I don't know, because I don't watch credits all the time, so I don't know if your name is coming up on a lot of credits, but you definitely deserve a lot of credit for
Thank you.
the
I
work
appreciate
that you've
that.
been doing. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about, because we talked about this briefly,
Okay.
and this has nothing to do with the entertainment world, but you are working with a former mayor and hopefully mayor to be, and I don't know how much of this that you can put out, but you're working with my girl Sheila now.
Absolutely.
How much info can you give us?
I work with her. I love her. She's a sweetheart.
I love her too. I miss her.
Yeah.
Elections May 14th. Go vote.
You got it.
And I think it's very important. I had a conversation while I was at the radio station today because Larry Young was basically talking about how they're doing voter drives around the city. This next mayor election is so critical. It's so critical, man. No disrespect to the guy that's in office, because I'm cool with Brandon. I have a lot of respect for the work that he's done, but I feel like there are some people, that could help move this city in a different direction. And I think that Sheila was on her way to doing that before, things happened. Mm-hmm. And if we get her back in here, it's going to be some exciting times in Baltimore. And I'll just leave that at that, because I don't like talking politics unless I have the politician.
Yeah, I don't really like to talk politics. And so I just kind of listen and be like, I believe politics is like religion. I don't talk about it because I think everybody has their own opinion, and everybody is right to have their own opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion. So just because your opinion is not mine doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Opinions are like
we got it. Yeah,
and and so everybody has one, right?
Okay.
And so the only thing that I will say about anything political is this: at the end of the day, we have to be thoughtful and intentional with how we want our next 4 years to look.
True. That's true.
And that's just not on a local level.
Exactly. That's definitely not on a local level. And if we are going to talk politics, as much as I will talk about politics, I'm going to go to that voting process, right? I don't care who you vote for, right? That's your own decision. But what I do care about is the fact that a lot of times people do not read, and reading is fundamental. You need to read all of those amendments, all of those laws, because you want to know why your neighborhood has so many speed bumps. Did you read that you filled in the bubble for it? So for me, the only thing political I'm going to talk to you about is I need everybody to just read your ballot.
Right. And that's a great point. And I've mentioned it either on this show or my Baltimore Flavor Radio show from the past a million times. A lot of times, unfortunately, we, meaning people that look like us, go into the voting booth and we don't really take the time to get to know the people that we're voting for. We'll vote for fill in the blank because that's the name that we hear the most. That's the name that we're most familiar with. And I feel like there are a lot of people that have run for offices in this city that cared a lot more about this city than the person at the top of the ballot. And we don't take that time to really research those people. We'll vote for A because A has enough money to get the radio spots and the TV spots. So that's what we see and that's what we hear all the time. But meanwhile, B through F are probably the better people to be in that office at any given time. and we don't take that time. And then, like you said, when we get in there and they got a paragraph this long about, you know, speed bumps, bike lanes.
Exactly.
We don't take the time to read that.
And you're like, oh, it's all these bike lanes in my neighborhood. Well, did you vote for it? Did you vote for it?
You probably was looking at him.
Did you vote for it or did you vote against it?
Click.
Because if you didn't even take the time to read that, then you didn't even vote against it. Meanwhile, the people that are actually reading votes for it. And now you're driving up Harford Road.
Because if you don't choose that answer, you're still voting for it.
Right. Exactly. You're voting for it if you're not making a decision.
And that's why you drive up Hamilton Avenue and you got, you know, this
all
much road and you got this much bike lane and you got to swing out like this, you know,
just to get around. And you know it's congested up there. So
that's terrible. I want to digress real quick. Lisa, what year did you come out of Weston?
96.
Oh, you a baby.
Yeah.
But you had my class colors. You had my
Black
class
and
colors.
gold?
Yes. Because you took my class colors because I graduated in 92.
Okay. So I was coming in, you was coming out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Shout out.
I get that a lot on this show. Y'all make me feel good. I guess. But
I
anyway,
always ask that question. 96. So you were my little sister's guys.
True.
Okay.
Because my big sister was
94.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then that was that was your little sister.
Yeah. And me and my little sister are still very close. We are very close. Yeah. I'm sorry, I digress. Antoine, I know you don't understand things.
You don't understand. Okay.
Let me explain something to you. I have a lot of love for Weston because.
Well, thank you. We love you back.
Yeah, I have a lot of love for Weston because I know so many young women that graduated from Weston and have gone on to do great things. And plus, when I was at Walbrook, our girls basketball team was really, really good back then, and Weston was literally the only school in the city that gave us any competition.
And let's be clear, I played for Weston, so trust me.
What year?
My entire time, 88 to 92.
Okay, so I graduated in 87, so I was a little bit before you, but before you got there, that rivalry, you know, was amazing. Like it was funny because we would beat and you guys at Weston the same thing would beat other city schools like 90-5, you know, 102-16, but then we would play each other and the score would be like 46-44. You know, it was always very competitive. So I have a lot of love for Weston. I know a lot of women that have graduated from Weston, and not all of them cheat. And
you know what?
One day you won't hate. I don't know what day that'll be, but clearly.
No way you looped all of that together. You didn't do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really did.
I found a way to bring the cheating back and everything. Shout out to my girl T-Quest. T-Quest, I big up you when I was on the radio today. So if you get a chance, go to my Facebook page and look at my live from earlier. I had to give you a lot of credit. So I want to know a little bit about like some of the other shows that you've had an opportunity to be a part of.
So I've worked on Love and Hip Hop. I've worked on all of the BET Awards up until 2019. I've worked on, of course, you know, House of Cards, Here to Stay. I just last July filmed a documentary called Birthing Justice, which is currently playing on PBS now.
What's that about?
So honestly, it's about the disparities that Black and brown women go through in the birthing process.
Oh, okay.
And that's a project that's really close to my heart.
Yeah.
You know, one, because at the time that we were filming it, when we first started it, my daughter was pregnant with my first grandchild. So it was really close to my heart, and I really had to go in the hicks of the South, where you would be surprised by the things that African American women go through. And brown, you know, Latino and Latino X. go through in the birthing process. So it's called Birthing Justice. You can look it up. It's on PBS, but it's very near and dear to my heart. I worked on the Fast and Furious franchise as well. So I've done a little bit of everything, right? I started off as a news producer. I've served as a celebrity business manager for some of the, biggest celebrities out there. In the industry, I had two best friends. One is still alive. One passed away year before last. Tracy Braxton. Shout out to the entire Braxton family. And then Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop, one of my nearest, dearest, closest girlfriends. And love her to death. You know what I mean? And so I've been blessed to have an amazing journey, an amazing career. My better half, or as I call them, my best half, has, we've been able to do a lot of great things together, separately and together. Now we're doing a lot more together. And, I just been blessed. Like, I could not ask for a better life than the one that God provided me with.
You said a mouthful.
And I tell everybody, when people are like, "Oh, you worked here, you worked there," I'm like, "Yo, I'm just a little girl from Park Heights who decided not to let anybody stop her, who had a dad who was a civil rights leader, who had a godfather who was a civil rights leader, who was the right hand of Martin Luther King, because my godfather was, one of my godfathers was Dr. Ralph Abernathy. And if you know history, that was Martin Luther King's right hand. Yeah. My other godfather is still alive, pastor in one of the largest churches in Baltimore. Shout out to Bishop Thomas. Okay. And so, for me, like my dad always taught me, you need to be a servant and not a celebrity for people. So even, thank you, Antoine, because talking about if you don't know, you don't know. It's because I was raised that it's not about what you do, it's about how you treat people. Right. So I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And let me just take that a step further, because a lot of times I try to treat people better than how I want to be treated, because I just want everybody to be okay, right? What I do for a living, I do that to make money to pay bills, not for accolades.
Yeah.
That's not why I do it.
Yeah, I was about to say, do me one favor. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. I'm sorry.
Right here.
I got comfortable. I was getting comfortable.
It's like too much good information not to see your entire face.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got comfortable.
But again, that's like one of the things that I've learned to appreciate about you. Like, again, you don't, and you have every right to, you have every right to, but.
Nope. Let me tell you why I don't have every right to, because I couldn't do anything that I do except for by the grace of God. Absolutely. So I don't have a right to boast and brag about nothing, because it's not me who allows me to do it. God gives me the ability and the strength. And so I'm privileged, right? I may have the privilege to do it, but I don't have the right to do it.
Understood.
Wow. And we could say that about a lot of stuff in life that people don't realize. Man, that's another story for another day. So I do want to talk about you and my guy, because you guys have transformed and created a very powerful couple.
Thank you.
And as you said, you guys are doing a lot. When I was talking to Jay earlier today, I told him that I have to get him on the show. It's going to be a little different than what we're doing here. I'm actually going to have to go to Jay, because Jay.
I told you that. Yeah. I told you that months ago. I was like, "Oh, you going to him?"
You did. Yeah, you did. And we're going to make that happen in mid-December. But
wait a minute. Who told you that?
He did.
Okay. All right. And I told you before, don't do that. Okay. tell me, hey, this is when I want you to do it, and I'm free to schedule it. Because if you listen to him,
so but okay, I got that. But the plan is I'm pulling up at Annex, and I'm gonna
that
get some.
doesn't matter
Okay.
with Jay
Okay.
Claxton.
Okay. But
I know.
I'm gonna get some footage, and then there's gonna be something that's gonna happen when everybody's gone. That's the plan. But we'll talk about that. But
Gotcha.
you know, like I don't know if Jay's ever told you the story of how he and I met, but we met.
I know it. I do know it.
We were meeting when we were working down at the state office building. And at that time, Jay was really taking that step out to do what he wanted to do. I remember the day that Jay said, F this, I can't take this anymore, I'm out. And he actually walked off the job. I remember that like it was yesterday. And to show you how far we go back, I'm about to turn 54 years old. Jay DJ'd my 30th birthday party.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm here.
That's all right.
What is it doing? What is it doing? And
I was trying to adjust because this story sounds like it's about to be real good.
No, it's just that, you know, and the one thing, because Jay and I talk at least once a week because he always hits me up to come down Annex. And the one thing that we talked about the other day is Jay and I have always had that kind of relationship where we cannot talk for X amount of days, X amount of weeks, X amount of months. And it's actually been sometimes where there's been years in between the communication between us. And when we come back together, it's always as if we've never skipped a beat. And so the one thing that I've noticed in Jay since the two of you have been together is that his happiness level has skyrocketed.
Oh my God! Thank you so much, Antoine.
His happiness level.
I'm gonna tell you something because I'm gonna try not to cry. Right?
Oh,
But you're the second person who said that today, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional because I do get emotional when I talk about Jay for several reasons. I always tell people that the Bible says that Eve was Adam's rib, was rib, and I tell them that, but Jay is my spine, and we can't move without each other, right? But James David Claxton III.
See the government.
He is such an incredible person, and people see the DJ, right? And they see this person who does this and that, but they don't know the heart of the man. And Antoine, Lisa, and I'm bringing you up to speed, Lisa, because Antoine was actually around.
Right.
I've told everybody that these last 8 months, and my dad loved Jay, okay? And it's so much about Jay that I'm going to tell you in the next 5 minutes, right? I looked at my clock to see, and next 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you so much about it. Before I go to what I was about to tell you, there's things that people don't know about Jay and I, okay, in our history, right? My dad was the pastor who christened Jay a year to the date that I was christened. Okay.
Wow.
Jay and I are born a day apart. I'm a year older, but we're born a day apart.
Okay.
Right? And so when we finally decided, everybody knew that we should have been together except for the two of us. And when we finally decided and we started telling people, my father was like, I prayed for the man that my daughter's with. So that right there, and the person that he is, shout out to Deborah and James. They raised an incredible human being. And if it had not been for James Claxton, because that's who I love, James Claxton. Y'all know Jay, but I love James, right? If it had not been for him, these last few months, I would have lost my mind.
Okay.
Going through the grief process of losing the first man that taught me how to love.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have the man that I love now, I would not be able to have a conversation with you all.
Hmm.
And Antoine watched me at the beginning go through grief. You know, we would be sitting there, even Uno. I'd be playing Uno, and then I'd get up and walk away because I was crying. You
Hmm.
know, and through it all, like Jay is a person that, and he knows a lot of people. He's done a lot of things. He's made a lot of great moves, but he's always allowed me to be who I am. He's always encouraged me to be a better woman, a stronger woman. He's always pushed forward. Like, I wasn't going to do the Birth and Justice Project. And he was like, girl, you better get on that plane and go. We need some money. you know, and, you know, just encouraging me to be a better person. I tell people, look, if your mate don't want you to be better than them, then that's not your mate. That's somebody that hates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
our love is reciprocal, you know. And as happy as people say that I make him, he makes me ecstatic, you know.
Oh.
And I tell people, I don't care if y'all get sick of hearing me talk about him. That's the love of my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her man, her man, her man. Like, so
My man,
what?
my man.
So I think the part that I really just learned
Hmm.
is the first of all, I didn't know how long you two had known each other before you actually started dating seriously. Um, the connection with the kids, you with his kids, him with your kids.
You wouldn't know the difference.
You wouldn't. You absolutely wouldn't. You
Hmm.
absolutely
You wouldn't
wouldn't.
know, like, if unless you know, you wouldn't know that my grandson wasn't his biological grandson.
Right.
Jay has more pictures than my baby than I do. You
Yeah.
know, our kids, like, to go, if you go through my phone, you know, my daughter's graduations, weddings, everything with my
Yeah.
son, Jay's right there. Same with Jay's kids. I love his kids like I birthed him. Like, we don't just talk about it. We are one family, because I've always believed that I can't be with a man that don't love my kids because they come from me,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That
and
is
vice
true.
versa. And
Right.
you would never know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only thing that I could tell you about Jay is that Jay makes it easy. I'm gonna tell you full disclosure today. The reason why he was calling you, Antoine, is
Uh-huh.
because I had a really rough day at work.
Okay.
And he
Hmm.
was like, I'm just gonna call Antoine, and baby, it's gonna be okay. And then I guess when you were like, no, we're gonna do it at whatever time, he called me. He's like, babe, you got this. You're gonna be okay. You
And the
got this.
crazy part about it is if he would have explained it as such, trust me, I would have adjusted accordingly. But he made it seem like that he was supposed to be a part of the show and couldn't be on because he had his business to deal with at the
Because he
sit-off.
wanted to hold my hand.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
Because
you get
I really am not. Remember, even when you asked me, I was like, you want to talk to me? What you want to talk
right.
to me about?
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm not in, I love the fact that he's in front, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in front when I have to be, but
Right.
it's not the most comfortable place for me to be.
Right. Right.
And why is that?
I just always been a behind the scenes person.
Okay.
I just,
Some of us are more comfortable that way.
That's
I definitely
yeah,
true.
you know, and I'm very, like, I, you know, Lisa, let me tell you what I love. Shout out to the promo that I'm about to give. Ah, I love going to Annex on Thursdays and sit. And Antoine will tell you, I sit in the corner. I love watching him play. I love going to Avenue on Fridays. And on Avenue on Fridays, he DJs from the private room. I sit behind him because I
Mm.
just love watching him. I love going Sunday Black Swan and watching his show. I love, what makes me, like, happy is watching him perform.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And most of the time, Antoine will tell you, I sit in the corner.
yeah.
I'm to the side.
And you made a great point because there's definitely a difference between James Claxton and Jay Claxton. They Once Jay gets on the turntables and he has that microphone in his hand, he's a totally different dude. He's a
Yes.
totally different dude. But you know, he and our relationship, when he when Jay and I first met, he was really starting to like kind of get the feel of being around as a DJ. I remember there was a guy named Phil, and I think it was called Two Fierce Productions.
Yep, Phil Crump, my neighbor.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah, he had just started doing his Two Fierce Production happy hours, and he was a part of that. And I wasn't driving at the time, so Jay and I would literally get off at whatever time we got off at the state office building.
Whatever time y'all decided, at least I can tell you the real story. Whatever time they decided, and when they decided to come back from lunch, but you ain't hear that from me.
Yeah, we definitely took some 3 hours.
Oh, they took one of those kind of lunches. Okay.
I heard the stories.
We definitely took some 3-hour lunch breaks at Burger King down on Charles Street, and I'm gonna put it out there now.
Not on the corner of Charles. Okay.
In that whatever that building is right there, it's a Burger King.
Actually, the building that's right behind me right now.
Wow, the statute of limitation is over, so but and through basketball, we really got to build a bond because we created a basketball team down at the state office building. But I'm saying all of that to say that the man James Claxton, as you put it, that I got to know, and the DJ Jay Claxton are definitely two different people, and I don't think James Claxton gets enough credit.
I agree. I don't think that James Claxton gets enough credit. But let me just say this to you, Antoine, and this is from my heart to you. From the first time I met you, I told Jay, I like that guy. He's a real one. And as we've talked about you in conversations, because even when I first met you, I remember him saying, that's why I used to work at state office. Because trust me, I've heard about you for years, right? But I say all of that to say, it's true when they say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. And you all may not see each other every day. Y'all may not have talked for years, but unless you know, you don't know. I would have never thought that that there had been gaps in the time that you guys have seen each other, right? Because he adores you, he respects you, and he looks at you as a big brother. And he's actually really told me lessons that he learned from you that you didn't know. One of the things that Jay told me is how much he reveres how much you are with your wife. Like you never know who's watching you, and you never know the little nuggets that you give out. But let me just say this to you and Lisa both: this is an amazing platform, and you all give out a lot more than what you realize. And so, as a creator and a very, very, very tenured one, I appreciate the fact that you all are keeping true to the culture and that you're not just doing this for your platform, but you are really living the life that you're talking about.
Oh, thank you.
Now we got to take a commercial break because I'm about to cry and all of that good stuff. Nah, I definitely appreciate that, and coming from you, that really means a lot. But I was getting into the J thing because
I'm sorry.
I wanted to talk about the stuff that you guys are doing together, because together you guys are creating like literally an empire. So I'm not trying to keep you out there on that street all night. So
I know, right?
In about the next 5 to 10 minutes, let's just talk about all of the things that you guys have going on together. Because,
okay, so
you have the show, but there's so much more.
We have a lot. We have a lot going on. I'll start with the clothing line. We have franchise clothing, which is doing really well. Anyone can follow us on Instagram at franchise clothing. It's FRNCHS clothing. It's franchise
without the vowels.
Yeah, and so that's doing really well, right? Of course, we have franchise radio, which is online radio that hits a ton of people. We have After the Show, which comes on in Baltimore. It comes on every Saturday night at 11 o'clock, but we are syndicated in 215 cities across the country, across the world, actually, because we are in Europe as well. Um, then, of course, Jay's still DJing and doing his thing. I am still writing as a producer. I'm still a consultant. And, um, you know, I still do some publicity for some people, right? And so that's just who we are, what we're doing. We do still have our podcast outside of the TV show Love Business on Lock, which actually started from when we were on OWN. We did the whole Black Love thing. And so as a result of it, we started Love Business on Lock, where we talk to a lot of our celebrity couple friends like Chris and Candace from Housewives of Potomac, Tara and Bashay Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talk to a lot of couples, and really couples, Shantae and Stephen Stephen Hill. We talk to a lot of celebrity couples about how you cope being in the lifestyle, and then we also give food, right? So we have all of that going on. On top of all of that, we still do philanthropy. We're about to do a coat drive, a coat and toy drive with Exclusive Motors in Randallstown. We still dedicate our time to Sinai Hospital, Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital, and Jay still teaches kids how to DJ.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
And it's
we're
crazy.
blessed.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my man Purpose for tuning in. I love you, bro. I gotta make it to your service one of these Sundays soon too, bro. But we'll talk about that. But so it's funny because I didn't really start realizing the moves that you guys were making until the pandemic hit and you guys started going on Instagram Live. I think it was what day was that you guys were going? And I used to chime in. Was it?
We would go on. Yeah, Jay told me we would go on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, and I would chime in to some of those IG lives, and I wanted to knock y'all out sometime because y'all was all on my toes on a lot of the conversations that y'all was having. I was like, you know how Lisa, you go to church on any given Sunday, and the pastor, you feel like he designed
talking directly to you.
And you feel like he's talking to you the entire service or the entire sermon. That's how I used to feel on a lot of those shows. And I knew just from those times that I tuned in that you guys had something bigger than what was, you know what I mean? I thought that what you guys were doing was amazing. So to hear that you guys were able to, take it to a bigger level, kudos to you guys. Because I thought, and again, it was so raw and authentic. Was that Jay's basement? Was that your basement? Where were you guys doing that at?
Oh no, we did the pandemic from the dining room actually.
From the dining room.
Okay. Where did we do it from? That was the dining room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because I don't. So we would do it from two places. We either did it from, the dining room. During the pandemic, we weren't living together, so we either did it from the dining room or the basement.
The basement, exactly, because that basement looked familiar with that panel wall. I know that.
Yeah.
That basement. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did it from both places. It really depended on if we did it from the dining room on days that I had cooked right before.
Makes sense.
And the other days it was that we just were already set up. So
yeah, makes sense. But that, I like the chemistry that I saw with the two of you guys on that, and I just knew that it was something bigger that you guys could do, and so to see where you guys are now, doing everything that you're doing with the shows, I just salute you guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm going to give you most of the credit because I don't think Jay got too much.
No, like what I just tell you.
He's my spine. So
he's my spine. We can't move without each other.
Yeah. So y'all are couple goals.
Thank you. Thank you. But let's be real. He get on my damn nerves,
Of course, he got to do that.
and I get on his on purpose.
Yeah, he got to do that. And so, who you looking at?
Because I thought I heard somebody say he gets on my damn nerves, and I thought it was somebody, in my basement saying that. I didn't think that she would say that live, but I'm not surprised that she did.
But that's love. That's love.
I get on his, and
Baby, get on my damn nerves.
And sometimes I get on his on purpose.
Right.
Absolutely. As we're closing out this year, I know you guys do a lot of philanthropy. Do you have anything? I know you talked about
exclusive. We're doing we're gonna do the a coat drive.
Yeah.
With exclusive motors, and actually we just decided to do that on Saturday. So once I know what it looks like, of course, I'll make sure that you guys know.
Okay.
We are going to do a sock and sneaker drive around Valentine's Day for kids.
Oh, okay.
Just to make sure that we're taking care of someone who can't take care, who doesn't have,
Right.
And of course every year we do the backpack and sneaker drive because kids need shoes and socks to go to school as well as backpacks and school supplies.
Please reach out to me at the time that you guys start doing that. I want to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
I want to be a part of that. Absolutely. Reach out to me, please. I'm begging.
Definitely.
Please.
You will be accepting like people if people want to donate to help out at the drive and things like that.
Absolutely. So for our backpack and sneaker drive, I will say this: we only accept new sneakers because these kids are going back to school.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. Don't send them back any kind of way.
I'm here with them Converse you bought 9 years ago, and you done cut.
No, don't do that.
Look, they've been up in that closet with some dust on it. Don't
do them babies like that.
Don't do that to them kids.
Don't do that to the kids.
No. So for that we do, and we don't do toy drives any longer because so many people do them.
Right.
But when we did, we asked for new items just because I believe treat them like you treat yours.
Right. Yeah. That's only fair. It's only fair.
Yeah. So no, I definitely will make sure that the access granted family, not just Antoine, knows about.
Lisa's gonna be busy that day. So
no, I'm not.
She already told me she wasn't busy.
I wasn't. Because it's ahead of time, Mr. Antoine. You see what she did? You see what she did there? So I'm sorry.
And let me just explain something to you, Antoine.
If you don't know, fire right there.
If you don't know, Antoine, doves are only the best, baby. So
okay.
We only do the best with each other. Only the best.
It's a lifetime sisterhood.
Okay. I mean,
it's lifetime. Like we
Sorry.
locked in. Like my daughter. Yes. My daughter is 2025. So yeah, she's a baby.
I know that's right. I know that baby dove. Mm-hmm.
Baby dove.
Sorry, Antoine.
I told y'all I don't have any problem with Western, so y'all can shout them out all y'all want to. I have nothing but love. I have some great sisters that have graduated from Western. So we're about to hit a new year. You care to share any projects that you may have coming up? Any underlying tea that you might want to share and give us some exclusives on? Are you going to be, on Obama's next campaign because he might be for 4 years?
I was on Obama's first campaign, so I'm not going back on that.
What? And see, he was just putting it out there. He didn't even know.
I was on his works. I wouldn't do that. Any tea?
I don't like the word tea. Any information? Do you have some stuff coming up that you want to put out there and let us know to be on the lookout for?
Nothing that I can talk about.
Okay. Respectful.
Yep, nothing that I can talk about.
I definitely respect that. But
nothing that I can
now that I know the multitude of the work that you're putting in, I am definitely, on the lookout. And if you don't want to put it out here, but you want to whisper it in my ear when I come back to Annex.
I'll tell you when I see you in person. I just
Yeah,
can't.
that's where I was going. That's where I was going with that. And also, I know we talked briefly. All these people that you want to send my way,
I'm
I
not
got.
sending anybody your way. I'll send them Lisa's way.
Oh,
I mean, as long as they end up here Monday at 7, I don't care who books it.
it might
Let's
be
not get it
Tuesday at
twisted.
8. So no.
Let's not get it twisted. But
Shots
no.
fired.
But as I told you before, I'm definitely looking to fill the calendar for 2024, and I know that you
Yeah.
did mention one young lady from season 3 of The Wire that you're going to send my way, and I'm gonna be like, yo, why you cut her like that? Why you just?
You know what? Listen to me. Do we have enough time for me to tell you that story?
We have as much time as you need. It's only 8 o'clock. We got another
Okay.
hour, really, but I'm not gonna keep you that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna actually end with this. No, I'm gonna end with I'm gonna end with 2 Wire stories that you don't know. Okay.
Okay, y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. That scene that you saw with her, right? The reason why she was chosen is because she actually lived that as the victim.
Oh.
Wow, the one that actually did this. Okay.
She was
Wow.
the victim of that.
Wow.
Wow.
At a young age. And that was a real incident that happened to someone that I knew that went to my father's church.
Oh my goodness.
And so I wrote that in because I wanted people to see that that child did that because of a mental health issue. She was angry for a number of things, and it had nothing to do with her atmosphere.
So let me ask you a question on this particular scene. I want to ask you a question. So of course they're in the classroom, and it had actually started, I think, the day before. Am I correct?
It did.
It started the
You're
day
correct.
before, and then that day comes, she slices the girl's cheek. What was Dooky's significance in that scene when he handed her?
So you said it. It started the day before with her picking on Dookie.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Right.
It started with her picking on Dookie, and she was tired of that girl picking on everybody.
Yeah, because I might have wanted to trip that girl while she was walking down the aisle. Yeah.
So that's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm telling you about that. The second thing, and I'm gonna end on this, and then we're gonna say good night, and I'm gonna go and see my man's.
Yes, love.
Hold on, Jay. She's coming. She's coming, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to break down something to you, and when I tell you I'm about to break down something to you, Antoine, you are gonna be in awe. Are you ready? I need you to follow me with every character. You remember the kids scene, the kids, right? So there was a little boy, right? The little boy killed Omar, remember?
Kennard, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kennard killed Omar. But Kennard, so you're going to have to go back and watch The Wire. Kennard's character was the real life Omar as a child.
Wow.
Wait. I'm about to bring it all the way back to you. Okay. Doogie, aka Jermaine Crawford, right? He was Omar, the real life Omar, when they moved from South Carolina to Baltimore.
Wow.
Wait a minute, it gets better. Michael, aka Tristan McWow, was Omar as a teenager into an adult. And then you met the real life Omar.
Yo, that is crazy. Wow.
So people didn't really understand the significance of how we even ended it when Omar was killed. Omar was killed by himself. So the thought process was Omar was killed by himself so he could become a better person. Because the real life Omar ended up being a deacon in Bethel AME Church, a church going guy. giving back to the community. So the young Omar had to kill the old Omar in order for him to flourish to be who he is.
Wow. And I have a station on my Fire Stick that's 24/7, The Wire. It literally starts from the very beginning with Snot Boogie and goes all the way through, and then it starts over again. I'm going to look at that as a whole, in a whole different way. That's wow.
It's funny because only one other person has talked about it. Meth talked about it not that long ago, because somebody was like, "Oh," and actually he shouted me out. They was like, "Oh, that's the show he was on, the 50 show." They was like, "Oh, Power Chick.
Power.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's one of the best shows you've been on." He was like, "No, the best show I've ever been on." He said, "Shout out to my girl Cass, was The Wire."
Yeah, and I've heard him say that. I've heard him say that before as well. Yeah. So wow, that's great.
So whenever you hear him mention Cass or C Boogie, he talking about me.
Okay. No, but the whole correlation of the three, that's crazy.
So now I got one better for you that you don't even know. You remember when Omar and his homeboy that from jail was in towers for Alcantara Terrace across from Drew Lake Drive? His homeboy Omar, yes, when Michael and Snoop was shooting at them.
Yes.
You know the guy that they killed was the real life Omar. That's Donnie.
The guy that took the bullet in the head, that was
Donnie Andrews, the real life. Donnie Andrews, the real life Omar. That's who the entire thing was written about. Him.
Wow. And he met him in jail when he got locked up for killing that he didn't commit.
Yes.
Wow.
And Donnie Andrews is the reason why David Simon even thought about putting that together, because David used to write when all of those killings actually were happening, and it was the drug dealers and this thing was and everything was really going. David was the beat reporter, and when Donnie went to jail, he went to visit him, and when Donnie got out of jail, just like in that scene, him and David became really great friends. And so David decided to deep dive and to write the entire story about the Barksdale family, the docs, and everything that the real life Omar, Donnie, had witnessed.
Wow. You're about to make me go binge watch The Wire from season 1 through 5.
He get ready to do it.
And I can do it.
Now, let me tell you something else, and I'm going to tell you this, and then we're going to go. Because you said you're going to binge watch it. James David Claxton III has never watched The Wire.
You done?
And I said, yes, I'm done. And I said to him, I was like, babe, we should watch it together. I grew up in the city. I don't need to watch it.
You know what? And I've heard a lot of people say that, but for me, as a person that's born and raised here, that show was so intriguing to me because there was so much about it that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And once I found out that it was based on so many real life characters that were here in Baltimore, I had to. Right. I had to. And I always say when I get interviewed by other people and they ask me what was my reason for starting Baltimore Flavor Radio back in 2014, I always say that one of the reasons, the main reason that I started that is because when I met people in other cities or people from other cities came here. And
I was just about to say that.
Here, they always say, is Baltimore really like The Wire?
They always say that.
Always.
Like The
Let
Wire.
me tell you something. Jay and I was on a reality show that was on OWN. And whenever you go through the reality show process, you have to talk to a psychologist, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the psychologist, Dr. Sean Hogan, I got to take a deep breath because this was the first time I ever got mad. He says, oh, so you're from, he said one last question. Oh, so you're from Baltimore. What happened?
You went out.
You said, so you're from And you
Oh,
just.
I'm sorry. You can leave. Okay.
And not only did you go off, but you came back on a different spot on the screen.
I know. I'm like, what am I doing here? So Dr. Sean says, oh, so you're from Baltimore. And I said, yes. And Jay says, yes, I'm from Baltimore. And he was like, oh, so is it really like The Wire? No, he said, are y'all from where The Wire is from? I said, no, but I wrote it.
Pippin. Wow.
Listen.
Don't come for me or my town.
Okay.
I'm the same way.
Okay.
So let me just reiterate before we get off. Kennard, Dookie, Omar, and what's the other guy's name that got killed?
Michael. No, wait a minute. Hold on. No, wait a minute. No. You missed
the real
Michael.
Omar. Who's the real Omar?
I know Donnie is his name, but you missed Michael in that sense. It was Kennard, Dookie, then Michael.
Then
there you go.
Got you. I'm gonna look at that show entirely different now every time I watch it, and I definitely go and binge watch The Wire often because not on this TV, but on my TV upstairs, that 24/7 Wire station that I was talking about is the first station that comes up when the app comes on. And my wife be like, I don't want to watch The Wire. I'd be like, well, shut up.
I actually watch The Wire once a year, every year.
Yeah.
And I binge watch it.
Yeah, still one of the greatest shows, the greatest writing shows ever. And who knew?
I have a few Emmys from it, so.
And who knew that this cheater? No, I'm just playing.
No, it's
Lisa, you see all that nice stuff I said about him.
I'm saying he ain't gonna never let you live that down. But listen, I'm gonna give you your flowers.
I give her flowers too. Matter of fact, I might bring you some flowers when I come down Annex.
I don't know. Don't you bring me no poison ivy. I don't trust you.
I mean, I am in awe just being on this interview with you. And you're so humble.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
That's what I love about her. So Annex Lounge every Thursday.
Yep, every Thursday, 6 to the game goes off now, right? Avenue Kitchen.
It's covered outside.
It's covered up. Yes, heated. It's a heated rooftop. Oh my God, it feels so good out there. Friday nights, of course, Avenue Kitchen, and then Sunday. Listen, that boy take people he go from ratchet to taking them to church. They leave out there shouting on Sundays at Black Swan.
Oh, I love it. Her spine. Go ahead, spine.
Shout out to my guy. That's my guy. And let everyone know how they can follow you.
Yes.
So you can. Actually, that's Dr. Cass to you. I have a whole PhD. Respect that. I love Antoine. I swear, I love you so much. That's why I give you so much.
But as soon as you and Jay break up, if y'all was ever, we done. I'm gonna kick you to the.
First and foremost,
y'all not
the power of the tongue is terrible. So we ain't never speaking that.
You're right.
Ever.
And I wouldn't let him do it anyway. So
because I come and punch you in the throat because you said it on Access. Granted. Okay. Right here too. Right there.
Oh. That's gonna knock the wind out you, Antoine.
That part there. So look, anybody can follow me.
Chicken teriyaki thing that you get, or whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Anybody can follow me on Instagram. At CaSay Vaughn, CaSayVaughn. You can follow our show page after the show, Jay and CaSay. And of course you can follow my better half at Jay Claxton on all platforms.
The franchise.
Jay Claxton.
Cass, on a real note, because we always joke and give each other the business when we see each other. But I just really appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. I just want you to do better as a human. And stop hating.
Wow.
Stop hating. I want you to do
All
better.
right, I'm taking back everything I was about to say because I was about to give you so much love.
No.
Listen, I just want him to. I appreciate him too. Just do better as a human.
I'll try. 2024, I'm gonna try to do better. But on an honest note, on a serious note, stop playing with me. So I kick you in your shin. Just thank you. Like thank you for remaining the humble person that you've known since the day that I met you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like that really
I appreciate that a lot. And Antoine, let me say this to you, right? Because I've never said this to you privately or publicly, but you don't understand. And I know 3 times that I was about to lose it, and you saw it when we were out doing my dad's death, and you came up to me and you was like, "Yo, I got you. You good. We're gonna be good."
Yeah.
I appreciate that because people don't do it and people don't see it. They think that you're supposed to be strong all the time, and they don't realize that unless you've ever lost one, you don't even get it.
Yo, and people don't realize that there's no time limit on the mourning process. So if I see you going through it 10 years from now and I feel like that's what, then I'm gonna step in and do the same thing.
True.
But I just know that, my boy is in a real great space right now, and in conversations that he and I have had, a lot of that comes from you, and just I'll say thank you for that. I'm not going to get into a lot of the conversations that we've had, but
that's not my business. That's not for me.
But I will say that Jay has admitted to me personally that he needs you, that he's needed you. He needed you in those times. And so I just thank you for being there in those times that he's needed you. I hope he don't punch me in the throat because, but I believe like this relationship thing, whether you're married, whether you're whatever it is that you're going through, it's a 50-50 thing, and people need each other. And what you guys have going on right now is an amazing thing. So, just make sure that, I'm always around because I ain't going nowhere. No matter how much you cheat on me.
What?
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Never let that down.
I never cheated though. That's the thing.
I know. It's him. He said he told on himself.
I'm gonna talk about
you
that.
You always wanted to be a lawyer, didn't you? I mean a liar. I mean, Antoine.
No, I wanted to be a politician. Boom.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yo, please get home safely. Get off of Charles Street and get home and all of that good stuff. I definitely appreciate you. And I will see you on.
And thank you for the tears, by the way, Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I'm gonna have to be nice to him.
You can buy my first drink when I come back to Annex. It won't be.
No, that's not true. But then I won't want to be nice to you no more.
That's about right. That's about it. So at least I know everything is normal. I love you, sis. I appreciate you.
I love you too.
I appreciate you. Please get home safely and let me know that you made home safely.
Yes, sir. No. And thank you, Lisa. Thank you. The love of the dove. Look, the love of the dove.
Dove love.
All day, all night. Look, and she had my colors. Woo! Yeah.
It was me.
Y'all colors are too close to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but that's another.
Oh, come on. We had that before them.
That's true, because we're 100 and a lot of years old.
100 and a lot of.
I think it's 150. I think it's 150.
Yeah. I think it's 100 and we're a lot of years old. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Look, have a good night.
I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Be safe. And please let me know you made it. Please. I will blow you up until I know that you're home safely.
I will put you on Do Not Disturb.
No, don't do that because you're still on my watch right now. So please don't do that. I gotta know that.
I have because soon he's gonna text you and be like, is she okay? Let me call him first and then I'll let you know I'm home.
Got you. Appreciate it. Have a good one, sis. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Put the turkey down. Put the turkey down. Yo, oh my gosh. She almost had me crying on my own show. You're not supposed to come on here and have the host crying.
She was this like
Amazing. She's amazing.
amazing person,
Amazing.
but just like
Yeah.
around the way.
And I promise you that we literally only scratched the surface of what she does.
I'm sure we have. Like she's
We haven't scratched
just
the surface. But shout out to her, man.
oh my goodness.
Shout out to my guy Jay Claxton, who I'm actually going to be doing a feature on. Probably it'll be like in mid December. So be looking for that on the Facebook page. I'm sorry,
I
on the
think
YouTube channel.
my first meeting of Jay Claxton, I was of course I was out, but I was working, I was bartending a couple years ago. I was grinding. I was a bartender. Don't know what I was doing,
Oh,
but
see,
I was
you
at
held that out on me.
I know. It was just it happened so fast and it was like, okay. But I was at Truth Lounge and he would come there,
Yeah.
and that's where I really met. And he just it's almost as if like when somebody's energy is so good, you can tell because when he comes in, everybody gravitates towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And he always gives the same friendly advice. He's very nice, but he's to the point. He gonna get behind them turntables and he gonna turn it up.
You want to turn it up?
Yeah. So
So
that was my first meeting.
So my first meeting of Jay Claxton, and I don't think he'll mind me saying this publicly. Jay Claxton was in the bathroom at the state office building throwing up because he had partied too much the night before. I had to go to the bathroom, and I was at the sink washing my hands. And I heard everything that was going on in the stall. And when Jay came out, I said, "Bro, it sounded like you had a long night." And he was like, "Yeah, man, da 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 da." And from that moment, he and I were connected at the hip until the time that he made the decision to walk out of the state office building. And that's been my guy. That's been my guy ever since. Like I said, I'll be 54 years old in 2 weeks. That guy DJ'd my 30th birthday party. It was the greatest party ever. The greatest party ever. It was at a spot called Joy's Lounge over not too far from Northeast Market. My wife did a party, and to this day, and that was almost 24 years ago, I still don't remember how I made it home that night.
I'm gonna say that was a good party.
Grace of God got me home that night, but definitely amazing. But yeah, Cassandra, man, she like if you just go through the information that I sent you today on a link, it's just going to keep hitting. It's like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
So when I found out, I had to bring her on and talk to her.
Wow, that's amazing.
We have an event coming up that we are going to be a part of on what date was it? December the
20th.
December 20th. Yes, December 20th. At the garage. I will post that information. We're going to go there. They want us to go live. I don't think I'm going to go live. I just think I'm going to record everything. We're going to do some interviews and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then we'll just put that out, on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Shout out to my Victorious Living Faith Ministries family, my church. Tomorrow, we actually gave out Thanksgiving dinners over this past weekend. Tomorrow, we will actually be handing out Thanksgiving baskets. It's going to be a turkey and a bunch of sides. We have a list of people because there was a pre-registration for it. But as I said on the show this morning, if someone contacts us and says that they need a basket, I don't care if I have to go to the store and get a turkey, I'll make it happen. But we're going to get, everybody that's in need of a basket. The address is 435 Maryland Avenue in Essex. For those of you that live in Essex, it's right across the street from the post office. I feel like when I say the post office, everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows the post office.
And the post office is right in back of the social service office. So that's kind of like the correlation that they make.
Isn't the NBA across the street?
The NBA is up the street.
Street. Okay, maybe
3 blocks. Yeah, it's about 3 blocks down from the NBA. So the NBA is in Middlesex Shopping Center. If you come down about 3 or 4 Taylor Avenue, you make a left, you'll see the post office first, and then we're right across the street from the post office.
Okay, gotcha.
Again, I think we're probably going to give away like 60 baskets tomorrow. So again, if you're in need, just hit me up on my Facebook page, and I'll get you in contact with the right people. But this is that time of year where we just want to be a blessing. You know, Thanksgiving is hard.
Yeah.
On Maybell's show today, she ended her show talking about people that have lost their loved ones around this time of year, and it's always tough.
Yeah.
You know, and I know
I was one of them.
Yeah, and I know my wife, even though it's been a long time, she still goes through it because she lost her father. And so, you know, to not have them, like Thanksgiving and Christmas are really those holidays that, you know, is really known for the family coming together. And when, you know, you've lost someone near and dear to you and they're not there this time of year, you know, especially with daylight savings time and it getting dark so soon, it really becomes a burden to a lot of people. So, you know, I just want to give, you know, a shout out and send out thoughts and prayers out to people, you know, who won't have those loved ones around this year to celebrate. I do want to say for my cousin that had the stroke about 3 weeks ago that she's actually doing well, and hopefully we'll have her in
that's a blessing
facility in the next day or two, because Bayview, I said y'all got to get her out of here.
Okay.
Because they can.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's really a good thing. But yeah, man, just this is the time of year where I feel like you really need to start reaching out to people, because people that have lost loved ones go through a lot of depression this time of year.
Yeah,
you know,
and
so,
like you were saying with Dr. CaSay, it's grieving is not just.
There's no time limit.
There's no time limit on that.
No.
For me personally,
how you gonna tell me? You know,
yeah. For me personally,
I'm gonna punch my dog in the throat because she's upstairs walking like crazy. Can you hear that?
A little bit. I didn't know if it was. Look, in my mind, I was like, "Is it my alley?" Because
No,
it'd be crazy around here too.
But what were you getting ready to say?
For me, Black Friday takes a different tone because that's when my husband transitioned. And that was 18 years ago. It'll be 18 years Black Friday. So there is no, and at any moment I can be extremely okay. And then sometimes I find myself being like, wow.
And you're talking 18 years.
I'm talking 18. I'm talking carrying my daughter when he transitioned.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking being from becoming a unit of a mom and dad unit with 2 little boys. And then just like that, I became a single mom of 2 boys and carrying a daughter that I had to get here. There are times I was like, wow, I don't even know if I ate. My doctor was like, you got to come in every week. Got to come in every week until she got here. And it has been, I've been a Jackie of all trades. I try to master some of them, master some of these trades, but it's just been so. I be running and I'm trying to keep running and gunning, but God is able, and that's all I can say. But I am here when you say that. Like, you just gotta pray. You don't know where people are in their journeys. You just keep praying. And honestly, seasonal depression is a real thing. I didn't know. I was like 0 months old when I found. I was like, seasonal depression. People really, they actually go through it. So you gotta give kindness and love. Give people a little bit more grace. Be kind to everyone. Like customer service people I call now. I'm like, have a wonderful holiday, because everybody don't celebrate. You know, you can't put specifics on how.
You can't say Merry Christmas. You can't say right.
So just say holiday kind of thing. You know, some people will say, well, I don't celebrate anything. Okay, we'll just have a blessed day kind of thing. So yeah. It's okay. I'm good.
Oh, but definitely, I believe in trying to tell people to just reach out to people.
Yeah.
You know, this year, because again, between daylight savings time and just the fact that it gets dark, you know, and it's,
oh my goodness,
you know, some people when they wake up to go to work in the morning, they leave out in the dark, and when they come home, it's dark. You know,
exactly.
People
like,
don't
where's
even
the
get
sunlight?
to experience daylight this time, and a lot of people don't understand the mental effect that can have on people. And when you couple that with the fact that, you know, people have lost people, it gets really hard this time of year.
It does.
So I just always say, man, just, you know, continue. If you know someone, you know, just reach out to them. It takes so small of an effort. Polish Shakespeare, what's up, sis? It takes so little of an effort to just send a text message or to call and say, hey, I'm just thinking about you. If you need anything, let me know. And this is the time of year when it's really hard on a lot of people. So just make sure you guys continue to just reach out to everybody that you know.
Yeah.
This may end up being our last show of the year.
Okay. Wow.
I have Cariz Marcel, amazing producer out of Baltimore, scheduled next week, but I'll be in LA.
Right.
And there's a time difference, but I don't know if he'll be available at the time that I'll be there.
Right.
So this may actually be our last show of 2023. Like literally, this may be our last show of 2023.
Well, if it is, we end it on a great note.
Yeah. So happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year's, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. But
I'll see you the 20th, and your birthday is
December the 4th.
The 4th. So of course, I'm gonna reach out on the birthday.
Yeah. So just in case this is our last, thank everyone that supported everything that we have going on.
We love y'all.
We love you guys.
Thank you for welcoming me in the later half of the year.
Absolutely. We've talked to people from all around the world.
Yes, we have.
We're
international. We're worldwide.
We're worldwide, bitches. But this has been a cool year, and next year we're gonna be back. I'm gonna have a new intro.
Okay.
You and I have to get together because we got to do a photo shoot, but we'll talk about that.
See, here you go.
I mean, if you're gonna be back, you got to come back. Yeah, we gotta
pray for him because he be springing it on me, y'all.
Yeah, we got to keep stepping the game up, but that won't. That's not anything that has to happen immediately. But I'm looking forward to 2024.
Absolutely.
I'll be retiring next year, God willing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a lot of stuff that's going on, man. But this has been an amazing year. Not only with the people that I've had on Access Granted, but for the shows that I've had the opportunity to go and be a part of, it's been amazing. So, I'm
growing.
Growing. Team Dallas is ready to come back. I just talked to Jay Waiters. I just talked to Jay Waiters last week. At the end of last week, they're ready to come back. So, we have some events that we're gonna put on. I already know that my sister Tipsy Fiend, she's already in the pre-planning process of her Tipsy picnic for next year. So I'm looking forward to that. The one decision that she and I did make is that we are only going to be doing the Access Granted signature drinks at vending events.
Okay.
So if you have an event coming up and you're looking for vendors that are able to sell alcoholic beverages, please hit me up. You can hit me on my Facebook page at Antoine Grant, or you can hit me up at accessgrantedag@gmail.com. This is kind of the process that we have to go through to kind of get stuff in stores and all of that stuff. So.
Oh yeah, and also tell them about the if you want to get your T-shirts promoted on our show.
Yeah, that's so. Again, Yo MTV Raps and straight out of cookies. So next year we're gonna do a thing. We're gonna call it hashtag T-shirt check, and at the beginning of every show, we've been talking about the different T-shirts that we wear. Right. Lisa's killing me right now because she brought the Cookie Monster in. So once you bring Cookie Monster in, you're killing me. But if you have a business, if you have a brand, whatever the case may be, and you would like to have your T-shirt featured on our show, hit me up and we can make it work. This is an opportunity for us to get some free T-shirts and you to get some free promotion.
Yeah,
keep it real. Let's keep it real. But I definitely want the opportunity to actually promote people while we're on the show.
Right.
And I don't believe in charging people $5,000 just because they're wearing your T-shirt or whatever. But that's something that we want to do in 2024. So Poetless, as you're watching, I need an Authorless Poetless Shakespeare T-shirt. A man Mohammed, I need a Mohammed Media shirt. Tara, I need a T-Quest shirt or whatever the case may be. Just we'll connect and we'll talk. But that's just a little something that we want to do. It's fun for us. I actually come on looking forward to seeing what T-shirt she has on.
I know that was a good idea because at first I was like, dang, I was in here like, dang, what am I put on?
I actually had a black Access Granite shirt with a silver logo, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Let me look through and see what I got, and I pulled this out. And actually, the young lady Dina, my sister, that does my Access Granite shirts for me, she actually did this for me when we were going to a 80s hip hop event early this year. So
that's
what's out of the works. So yeah, we're gonna make that a campaign. We're gonna go ahead and make that a campaign. We really want people to send us y'all T-shirts. I would say send your hoodies, but my basement be hot.
Oh yeah, he broke out in the sweat. If you watch
my
the
be hot, so I can't
shows, you'll see him break out in the sweat. Don't even do that.
My basement be hot, so I can't sit through a whole show with a hoodie on. But yeah, we'll touch base with that. But with that being said, man, everybody have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And again, I'm going to reiterate this for the fourth time. If you know anyone that's lost anyone, this is a real tough time of year for them, man. Just reach out to them, show them some love, let them know that you're here for them.
Yeah.
I will have the information up if we do another show next week.
Okay.
But if we don't, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, and we'll be back in 2024. Gosh, that's
They're
crazy.
getting better. This is the elemental P. It was the elemental P.
I don't know what she said.
I'm telling you, we literally I saw this post that said, "Dang, November must have somewhere to go because it was just October.
Yeah.
November got up out of here."
And it's funny that you said that because for me, November marks the end of the year for me.
Oh, okay.
It's weird because November is one of those months where I get at least one day off every week.
Okay.
From my job, and so it seems like it goes really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes into December, which is my birthday, and then a couple of weeks after my birthday is Christmas, and then once Christmas hits, for me the year is over.
Yeah, it's over.
Because literally 7 days later, we're celebrating a new year. So when I get around this time of year, it's just like, yo, where has time gone?
Yeah.
But I think we've only missed like maybe 3 weeks this year where we didn't do a show, if that.
Okay. Yeah.
So like this has been an incredible year for us. So I think during the time that during the time that we're off in December, I'm just going to go back and play and replay, a bunch of shows because we've had some amazing shows this year.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So yeah, with that being said, man, don't eat too much turkey.
Don't.
I had enough turkey Saturday that I don't even want any turkey this Saturday. In LA, I will be there on Friday. Me and my son, we pulling up. We're pulling up on Friday. We're going to the Tiffany Haddish show on Friday night. We're doing sightseeing on Saturday. Sunday, we're doing pregame, and then we're doing the game Sunday night. And then Monday, we're doing the Clippers and the Nuggets game. So my whole weekend in LA is like, I want to go visit the Nipsey Hussle. As you can see, let me put it up there. It's my favorite player of all time. So I want to go visit the Kobe Monument and all of that stuff. I'm looking forward to LA. So it's about 14 of us going in this group. And then because Ravens fans travel so well, there's like another 150 people that I know that are going. So it's going to be an amazing weekend in LA. If you are an entertainer and you cross my path in LA, just know that my cell phone will be in your face because I'm trying to get as much footage as I can. Don't fight me. Don't put your bodyguard on me. I'm going to ask permission. I'm going to be very respectful, but I'm trying to go and get some amazing footage and hopefully some amazing interviews while I'm in LA. So looking forward to that. Okay. And then on my birthday, December the 4th, me and my partners, we're traveling to Brooklyn, New York. We're pulling up at the Book of Hove, the last day for the Book of Hove what do you call that? What do you call that?
Exhibition, I guess.
Exhibition, yeah. At the whatever that is library in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna spend the whole day up there. And again, if you're a celebrity in Brooklyn, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna get me an interview.
Ask permission.
I'm gonna see if you want Lisa Monet to sing a hook on your next single.
Now hold on, I might do it.
And she will do it.
I might do it.
No, but the next week is going to be fun, man. So I'm looking forward to it. So again, man, thanks to everybody. If in fact this is our last show for the year, I just want to thank everybody that supported us through this year. It's been amazing. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Lisa Monet just signed her contract the other day, so she will be back with us. Obstacle Beats, my guy, what's up? I connected with this dude the other day. I'm going to be going and doing a feature at his studio when I get back in town. But
you doing a feature?
Yeah, if you want to come, I'll let you know when I'm going. I'll let
you rapping?
Know. No.
Oh,
No, not a feature like that.
Okay.
I'm all about getting footage and and.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute, you holding back? You trying to get me contracts, but you back here in the studio.
I mean, so now that you put it out there, my man, shout out to my guy Wombat 55. He just dropped his mixtape last week, and I am featured. I'm not rapping, but I am featured on the mixtape. He told me to come up there and talk my stuff on a track that he has called Legendary. And so I went up there and I talked my like I talk my stuff. And Wombat, you owe me $35 in a chicken box for my time on that. No, but all jokes aside, shout out to my man Wombat. That mixtape is absolutely amazing. So right now it's only on YouTube. If you go on YouTube and you pull up Wombat 55, he has a mixtape up there called Legendary. And no, I'm sorry, it's called Milk Crate Music. Something to that effect. If you pull up Wombat, WOMBATT 55, it'll be the first link that pops up. It's his new mixtape, and it's an incredible array of music. So shout out to that. My sis Lisa Monet, her album will be dropping in March. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. I'm gonna keep putting that out there. Shout out to my man Andre 3000 for dropping the album with nothing but him playing the flute. Everybody mad. Oh,
he said y'all didn't deserve no words, huh?
Oh, what? I gotta ask you before we go. What? Before we go, this is real talk. What you think about the Diddy situation?
Over the years,
when you answer that, Obstacle Beat said he needs you on some beats, so I can. I told you I'm gonna get you an album out here. I just want to be executive producer, but yeah, what do you think about
Mr. Beats? We're going to talk later, okay? Listen, when I've heard things over the years about the escapades dealing with Monsieur Diddy, but however, I feel like paying out of pocket admits some wrongdoing. In my opinion, I want everybody to be safe. I feel like I don't like for people to wait long lengths of time. Yeah. In my opinion. However, maybe people process things differently, but I feel like people are proven guilty sometimes before they go to trial. But to me, when you pay, it's like omission of guilt. So, I mean, and that went away fast. It was like, oh, yeah. And next thing you know, the payment was sent. It's like.
So, the one thing that I take away from it is that we as a society always, when something like that happens, don't want to believe the woman.
Yeah, we kind of victim shame.
Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
So my takeaway from it is I'm not going to judge.
Yeah.
because you never really know.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as they've always been perceived as this couple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always say you can't believe everything you see in front of the camera, because there's a lot more that goes on behind the camera.
Yeah.
I would pray in my heart of hearts that Diddy didn't do anything to harm that woman.
Yeah.
Because if that's proven that if he did, then my respect level really reduces, you know, for you.
Yeah.
But like you said, he went from having I don't know if that was his lawyer, his publicist, or whoever, saying that this is ludicrous and it never happened. And then the next thing you know, he's paying out money.
Yeah.
To me, that's an admission of guilt, because me as a man, if I get accused of such and I know that I didn't do it, I'm going to my grave fighting that case.
Exactly.
I'm going to my grave fighting.
I didn't do it. I'm not paying it. I'm not admitting to being guilty and things.
And I'm a counter-sue. I'm a counter-sue you for $1 just for general purposes. You're gonna give me something if you tarnish my name like that. But you know, again, we haven't been, you know, behind those doors.
We don't. Yep. You don't know.
We don't know. So, you know, people that choose to pass judgment, stop passing judgment, because your judgment doesn't mean a damn thing. You don't know. You weren't there.
You weren't there.
You know, I hope that it wasn't what she made it out to be.
Yeah, because there was some serious allegations.
But the one thing that I need people to understand is that if it was what she's alleging, and Diddy paid this money, that's just a civil part. There's still a criminal part that has to go, you know, because I mean, that's New York. They're not just gonna say, oh, you accused him of such and such and such and such. He gave you money, now we're gonna let it go. There's gonna be a lot more being looked into. And I just hope for that man's sake that, you know,
there's not any truth in it. And you know, a lot of times, and I'm one of these people as well.
Yeah, bro, he definitely washed them hands quick. He got to. Yeah, he said he washed them hands.
Yeah,
quick.
He did.
Very quick.
And it's so sad, because then on the other spectrum, you can look at these college kids that will make it into the NFL and get accused of rape.
Yeah,
and they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
and I feel like, honestly, those females that come with these false allegations need to be prosecuted.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to stand on that, because they ruin lives.
Yeah,
ruin lives, just being spiteful and vengeful.
Yeah, 50 Cent says that's why he records every incident with every woman that he brings into his house. It's sad that it has to be to that point, but
yeah, he's protecting himself.
Yeah.
So but, it's like, you don't want to victim shame, but you also like, hold on, what's really good. Right. So I guess we just allow people to have their day in court, and let the jury or whoever else handle it, sort it out. So I wish them the best, CaSay. You know, God bless you, and any other victims that, you know, victims of, you know, these kind of allegations. It's hard out here.
See what happened to the black dude that was exposed by the flash? Oh yeah, that was the guy that's the same guy that was in Creed 3. I think that's who he's talking about.
Oh, him. What is his name?
I can't remember.
I'm looking right at him.
Yeah. But Diddy, man, it's already been so many stories of behind the scenes stuff going on with you, bro. With activity that I don't even choose to talk about on this show, but I really just hope that, you know, things that she's alleging, you know,
did not take place. Yeah.
Somebody said the other day, I hope Diddy didn't take that, because, you know, take that was one of his. Yeah, the internet is undefeated, and you know they have no chill. You know they have no.
Take
that. We're not doing it. Too soon. Too soon. We'll bring that back in 2024.
Yes, please.
Gosh, man, that's tough.
That's tough.
That's another show.
It is. It's a whole nother show. You know?
Like I could really, you know, with R. Kelly, Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much. Yeah, exactly. I feel the same. That look that you had when you did exactly. I feel the same way. There's so much that you could.
Yeah.
But you just never know.
You just never know. I sometimes keep my thought process to myself because I be saying like I don't think that happened with Bill Cosby, but I'm gonna let that go because I don't want people to be like at me and all of that. I'm gonna just keep it in. Keep it inside. Shoot. There might be some truth to what he did, but all of these people from 50 years ago, they coming back and all of this.
We off for the month of December. Maybe we can pop in, inconspicuously every now and then and just go live and just give our thoughts on some stuff. You know?
I mean, if you want, I don't know. I don't know that we want to go down that rabbit hole, but hey, if that's what you want to do.
I ain't scared.
You're not scared?
I ain't scared.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I'm scared.
Let me tell you this. We can't be, and we won't be, because I know you and I know me, any more ratchet than a lot of the other sites and a lot of the other blogs and vlogs and such and such and such and such that are,
Yeah.
We're not doing stuff.
We definitely have to say allegedly, because I know that
we just come on and everything is alleged until proven otherwise, and we just speak our mind and our thoughts. And it can be random, 15, 20 minutes, Did he have us all in the videos?
No.
I mean, something to think about, so we can, kind of feed out to the people while we're waiting. That's why we as real leaders and examples of what. Yeah, absolutely. Obstacle Beast, my guy. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That's true.
It's just sad.
You just spoke some truth right there, Mr. Beats.
But with that being said, we are out of here. We will see you guys either next week or in 2 months.
Or in 2.
Wow. That's crazy. But even when you don't see us live, we will still be around. So
we always here.
Stuff that we have going on. So we appreciate you guys, man. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. And
we love y'all.
You guys. She got me putting up this heart every week now.
As you should.
My man. And Obstacle Beats will be waiting to hear from all of the stuff that you got going on too. We definitely going to pull up after I get back from New York, bro. Definitely. So with that being said, we love you guys. We appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. And we are out.